Hugo was probably the most big umbrella type story that was the most difficult to report. You know, you come in, there's no power in the building. Um, Orangeburg is not as badly hit as a place like Sumter, but to the east of us, there's a lot of devastation in the morning after. There's no website to worry about at this point, so we're starting to cover. There's no power in the building. I take my reporters to those back steps back over here, and we sit out in the sunlight and we talk about who's going where and who's going to do what. Now go and come forth with news. You know, so we did. Well, how do we get a newspaper out? We go to the fire station behind us over here, and Dean begs them to let us use a generator. We bring it out to the parking lot out here in front of the front doors, run the wires inside, and power a lamp and 2 Macintoshes, which at the time we were just converting to Macintosh from the old slave type system where all you could do was just word process. We had people come in, handwrite stories, and hand them to somebody at the Macintosh to create stories. So we send one of our people to Aiken, which had power, to get laser photos, which was the AP's name for how they did photos at the time. We got those photos. We processed photos in a dark room somehow. We went to Bamberg to print the paper, which was a cut down version of the daily paper with a big old note at the top, and I can always provide a copy that you like, you know, without all the normal resources, but headline was like Hugo hits like a can opener. But it was a hodgepodge looking paper, but it went out that day. We printed it out, and that was one thing that Dean always was the most proud of. We never missed a day's publication. Even back during the snowstorm and when the building burned down, which was before my time, he was very, very proud, and justifiably so, that whether the paper got there at 6 o'clock in the morning, it wasn't the issue, but there was always a daily edition that got to people. So Hugo, to me, and by the way, it was pretty cool because Sumter, the night we finished our paper, the first 2 papers, Sumter had not been able to do a paper yet. So we agreed to let Sumter come to our newsroom and produce their paper. Well, of course, they needed help. We didn't know how to use our equipment, and this is after we got power back up. So I helped Sumter produce their paper and immediately started turning back around and doing ours again and stuff. So we went like that for a weekend. And Sumter had some very flattering things to say about me, an editor and publisher and all, but then they turned around and won the award for the best Hugo coverage, and I finished second. And I told them all at the time, I said, I'll get you back for that. And when the Gulf War came along, and they sent a reporter to the Gulf War, and I won first place without sending a reporter to Gulf War, so that was the payback. So you give me my Hugo award, and I'll give you your Gulf War award.